Here. Hello and welcome to Podiatry Practice Mastery. My name is Don Pelto, and I have Dillon Chen with me. Dillon is a SEO wizard. Welcome, Dillon.
Hi, it's nice to be here.
Thanks. So, Dillon, we got in touch the other day. You are the one that kind of is the mind behind the growth of Forward Motion, which is an orthotic company. And you started out kind of doing SEO, and you've kind of evolved to do different types of marketing with them. And I thought it would be fun that we can talk about first what you've seen as the growth in terms of that company, and then kind of what things some private practitioners can do in their office to help their practices grow.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll try my best.
So let's start and talk a little bit about how Forward Motion has grown over this time that you've been working with them, and how your SEO work has helped.
Yeah, sure. So one of my main reasons for getting hired, I guess, is to improve the inbound sales. So we have sales that go to a lot of conferences across the nation, but we want to have people that visit our site be able to contact us and learn more about what kind of products that we offer, the services. And so that was what I started with, is just improving the website and the customer experience, and then getting ways for people to contact us and get the help that they needed.
Okay. And do you have any numbers? Like, has the number increased as the popularity has increased? The website views, I don't know what you track. You must track some metric.
Yeah, there's a couple of KPIs I keep track of, like things like monthly page views, or visitors that interact with our site. I don't know if I'm at liberty to say it all, but it's increased over the years, or the year that I've been working here. I'd like to say we've increased our monthly page views by 100% at least.
Okay, awesome. And now, do you use like anyone as a private practitioner, you can install like something with Google? It's actually changing soon. Is that what you use to evaluate where they're sitting on the pages?
Yeah,
Google Analytics?
Google offers a lot of great tools that are free, and anyone can install on their website if they know how. So like Google Analytics, that's the main one. And then there's things like Google Search Console or Google Business Profile. They're all Google related, but yeah, they're great for keeping track.
Now, and so what are some of the tips that you would have, I guess, for private practitioners? They could increase their SEO. You can tell us a little bit what is SEO, and then how you can increase your SEO let's say in a private practice.
Oh, yeah, sure. So SEO stands for search engine optimization. And what that is you're basically trying to improve your website search ranking. So when people search for something related to podiatry, your website will show up in the results. And so the great thing about that is it's basically free traffic for you. The more people that visit your site, the more potential customers and patients that you can get. And there's lots of strategies that you can use to kind of optimize your website. You can get into like the coding part of it, or have certain keywords or phrases appear on your website. The main suggestion I think I have for private practitioners, I would probably start with a Google Business Profile, just because it's a free profile that you can build yourself on Google. And I don't know how many podiatrists have access to like the website backend and all the technical.
Yeah, not many of us I do, but we can all make a Google My Business. So
yeah, everyone can make a Google Business Profile. It's linked with your Google Maps profile too, so like the location of your practice. And then once you're on there, just updating the information, adding photos, just everything that you need to kind of get your profile complete. And that actually is a great boost to SEO rankings.
Okay, so the Google My Business, I think it's amazing how many people don't have that, but that's where all the Google reviews go. It goes through that. We ask our patients for Google reviews, it usually goes through that, and then we have to reply to them periodically. Okay.
Yeah, Google reviews I think have a pretty big effect on not only SEO ranking, but people building like trust in your practice, or before they even visit your practice.
Mm-hmm. So I think that's low hanging fruit. I think a lot of us would have a challenge fixing the back end of it. But you talked about like what type of content should you be adding? Like in your website that you do there, is there is it just like, let's say you got 20 pages in your website, and then maybe you're doing a blog a week or a blog a month. You have to kind of do both of those. Or do you think just having a static website is enough?
I think adding to your website is a very important part in Google rankings, because they constantly will check to see what's new and what changes on your website. So if you have a website that hasn't been changed in years, then that can actually affect how much traffic that Google sends your way, because information gets outdated or changed around quite often. So
Okay.
one of the things, like you mentioned, is that we have a blog. Creating new content and new postings on like a blog is a good way to bring Google traffic over to you, because every time you update it, you send a message to them like, hey, come check my site for these new things that I'm posting.
Any ideas for like simplifying? I know a lot of us are busy. Like I'm always thinking about different hacks of like easy ways to produce content that can be like repurposed and used in multiple channels and not take a lot of my time. Do you have any tips for that, either outsourcing or maybe using video and transcribing it, or things that have worked for you guys?
There's a lot of talk of AI lately. I'm sure you've probably heard of ChatGPT.
Yep.
And it's a pretty good method to create content quickly. I will say though that the content it creates, sometimes it can be a bit shallow or robotic. So it's kind of missing that human aspect. And if you go through and edit, you can kind of use it as like a baseline to start.
Like a template.
Yeah, like a template, and get some ideas and information, but personalizing it to, I guess, your practice in particular is very important. So things that are unique to your practice.
I think that's true. And a lot of people, when they talk about marketing, they talk about like, I know it's obvious, but if you want to do more of something, talk more about it.
Right.
And like, if you want to do more orthotics, you're going to do more posts about orthotics. And if you want to do more shockwave, you talk more about shockwave and things like, don't talk about what you don't want to do.
Right. Yeah. You want to focus on the things that you do really well, or like the unique things that only your practice can treat.
And talk a little bit about backlinks. I don't know, is that a new thing? That's not new, but is it? Everyone's always talking about the next greatest thing. Like some people I interview, they say, oh, backlinks don't work anymore. Other people say you really need backlinks. There's different kind of viewpoints on backlinks and SEO and things like that.
There's no negative to having more backlinks. And what that is it's basically a link on another site that refers to you. And so when people click on that link, they bring the traffic over to your site. Yeah, it's a great way to kind of network with other people that are in similar fields, or kind of show that you have authority over this, or that you have knowledge on this subject. And so backlinks are, I think, a great way for you to build your Google ranking.
Yeah, and I know you guys do something where I guess we would maybe say, I know sometimes, like, let's say I have products that I use in the office. I might use like Shockwave. I might use, your orthotics. You might use certain other doctors. So you can almost create a page with other people that you use, and then you guys would do similar. I know, for example, I think it is from Forward Motion. It was funny. I had a patient that came from New Hampshire. They went to your site and they were looking for providers that did the same orthotics that he had, which were the Forward Motion. And so he drove all the way down, and because we were the only one that was on your website. So that must be a backlink where we're on your website because we do them. Is that your, what is it called, a customer whatever list or a map or something?
Yeah, so we actually implemented a doctor locator app on our website. So all the doctors that we work with, they get little like pin on a map, and then people that come to our website, looking for podiatrists, they can enter their zip code and just search for podiatrists near them. And we do offer backlinks to certain doctors that have a backlink to us. But every doctor that works with us, they'll get a pin on the map.
Okay, so a pin is different than a backlink.
Yeah.
Is a backlink a web page with a name on it, or is it like hidden where no one can see it?
A backlink is kind of like the blue underlined text that you'll see sometimes scattered in an article, and those are the things that actually like do the action and go through with it.
Okay, because you guys did, now just a kind of a shout out to them. They have a good blog, and they recently did a blog about how to do more orthotics. I think you worked on that one, and you had a couple of other providers. And I think what you mean is like you had their website in the article, so that was a backlink. So they maybe contributed a testimonial or what they used.
Exactly.
And then you included a backlink in that blog post. Is that kind of what you mean?
Yeah, exactly. So one of the best ways I think to get backlinks is to like go out and show your professional knowledge to websites, and then like contribute quotes or insights, and then in return these websites will link back to you. And so that's what we did. We offered some of our top doctors that we work with a backlink to their website in return for sharing their knowledge for our blog.
That's awesome. Yeah, I wasn't asked, so I must not be one of the top ones. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Oh, no. It's just we have a lot of doctors that we work with, but
I'm just giving you a hard time.
We'd love to include you in the next one.
Yeah. But I really like that idea, because the conversation in my head is, for example, like in Podiatry Practice Mastery, I just interview like Doug Ritchie or other people. I didn't think about doing that, but when I write out the description, I could put backlink to his website, or I guess I do the Ritchie brace, or I might do something while I'll interview with you. So I'll have forward motion within the description, even of the text, and that will be on YouTube and that'll be on the blog. And so that actually is a backlink for you guys, since I'm going to be saying Dillon Chen was with me from Forward Motion website link. So that is a backlink. I just think I'm putting links in there, but really that's a backlink I'm already doing. Yeah.
That, like, any publicity is good publicity. So that's the kind of thing that helps out ranking.
That's cool. If I know you talked about a couple of good people that, like, if people want to learn about SEO, or you put a couple of people, I know Neil Patel, I don't know Brian Dean. So tell me about, if people want to learn more about this, maybe they just want to geek out a little bit. How do they learn more?
So those guys are, I guess, the top SEOs. If they're the top SEO for SEO kind of thing. If you type in anything related to search engine optimizing, you'll come up with their websites. And they actually have a lot of SEO tools and guides that if you want to get deep into like the technical things of it. I use Neil Patel's, he's got a software, actually, it's an SEO software that you can put in websites, and then it'll come back with like suggestions on how you can improve your ranking, like pages that link or use lots of information that you can use to kind of improve your website.
That's neat. So basically it scans your page, or it scans someone else's, and it can not rip off, but like what are the main words they use, and so you can make a similar site.
Right. Yeah.
Or similar page, or optimize your page.
Yeah, correct. You can actually, you can use it for competitor websites, or other websites that are performing well, to see what kind of things they're ranking for, and then apply those practices to your website. That's
cool. I didn't think of it. I have heard of the idea of, let's say you can go even, I've heard a couple of things for blog content. For example, you start writing in the word plantar fasciitis, and Google pulls up common search terms, so you can kind of use that to guide what you're doing in terms of your blog titles. I think the key is consistency, though, Dillon, like being consistent, like a blog or a week, or just consistent content going out there.
Yeah, correct. Consistency is key to any good thing, any good habit, but especially for Google ranking.
That's awesome. Well, good. If people want to learn more about, like, I guess, Forward Motion, you can tell us the website and like this backlink exchange. How would they want to do that with you guys if they use your orthotics?
Right. If they're using our orthotics already, we have a page called Forward Motion Banners. And if you go there, we have a bunch of custom banners that we've made. And we've got the code, so you can actually just copy the code and paste it into your backend if you know how to do that. If not, you can send me an email, I can help them out. We also offer other like free marketing materials and posters, brochures, that kind of things for doctors to print out and use in their offices or post digitally, like on their social media channels.
Okay, cool. Did you put those together, or did someone else put them together, those things?
Someone more talented than me. We've got a graphic designer in-house, and he comes up with these designs.
That's awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate your time, Dillon. I think we're going to enjoy this. I'll put some of those links underneath and the backlink to Forward Motion for those that are listening. And I appreciate it. Maybe we'll do it again in the future.
Thank you. Well, looking forward to it.